Man, oh man, oh man, coming off of a great Easter weekend. As we enter the show tonight, by Saddens on my side, I want to dedicate this show tonight to a couple people. One, my girl, Felicia Dewberry, and who's wife of my main man, Urban Dewberry, unfortunately passed away at the end of last week. Um, really sad. Son, Mocha Dewberry, played AAU basketball for me for the last couple of years. I got the family in my heart, so please pray for them. Today, found out a little more sad news as well that my cousin, Thomas Suggs, Sheffield, Alabama, um, came into Nashville today for a surgery. Third stage cancer. Doesn't look good. So we're going to put those angels around him. We're going to pray for both of those families. But welcome. Season 3, episode 306. It's your main man in the house, the one and only Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show. And tonight, we're going to talk to one of my guests that's coming from across the pond. That's Chi-Town to D-Town. Y'all Midwestern people, y'all already know that. Very instrumental in terms of bringing back that good old women's basketball to the Midwest. We're going to dig deep into that. But before we get into that, Val, you know what to do. Drop it.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, you know. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. It's the Pull Up Podcast.
Man, welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast Show. As we get started tonight, make sure you do a few things for me. One, make sure you like the show. Two, make sure you subscribe to the show. And three, make sure you share the show. One of the hottest sports podcasts in the country going right now. Hello, my beautiful granddaughters, Olivia and Skylar. Had a great time with you guys this weekend doing some Easter egg hunting at my relative's house down in Alabama. So absolutely great weekend. And thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Tonight's show, coming from the D, going north of the border to Canada, going west of the border to the Chi, down a little south, down to Indiana, back over to Ohio, and then back into the D. We're going to take care of the entire Midwest tonight. My guest has been very instrumental in reviving a league that started back in 1978. It should have been the first WNBA league, but it ended up doing something else, and it kind of had its ups and downs like a seesaw. But my man revitalized that, and we're going to talk about it. Let's bring to the stage tonight my guy, the one and only president of the Women's Basketball League, Mr. Ryan Reed. Welcome to the Pull Up Podcast Show. Brother Reed.
Tony, man, thanks for having me. I appreciate you.
Man, much love, man. We're gonna put the league out there tonight. We're gonna have a big show tonight on some things, man. I just want to appreciate your time and all that, man. How was Easter weekend for you?
It was great. The kids ran around the house, looking for eggs, money. So as long as the family and the kids good, I'm good.
Hey, man, I know you had some. We did the same thing. We had some of those Easter eggs with some money in them. Then I started to run around, and then my cousin Ryan put a 5-gallon bucket of paint, man, in the brother's way, man. I fell over the paint bucket and hurt my knee, man.
That's all, cuz tripping.
Yeah, I was like, man, you supposed to let me at least get $5, you know?
Something.
Man, welcome to the show, man. I mean, it's been awesome because, you and I both come from that background. I'm really heavy in women's basketball, man, as we get into the show tonight. But just to give the people a little bit of who you are before we jump into the business, man, let's talk a little bit about your background, man. Tell everybody where you from, what high school you went to, man, how you grew up.
Man, I'm from west side of Detroit. Grew up on Finkel. I went to Mumford High School, came out in 2007. My upbringing was cool. I had a single mother home, but my father was there, So upbringing was good, seeing a lot of stuff, that could turn me the wrong way. But I kept a straight and narrow path, I grew up playing football. Football was my that was my life for a long time. So I believe God' purpose was He put that in my life to keep me out of trouble.
Right.
That's the purpose of it, and served His purpose. Um,
What position you
but
play
yeah,
on the football field?
I played wide out. I was a
Okay.
receiver. Yep.
Yeah.
I was I played in the professional spring league, for a year, and my body said, "Nah, bruh.
Hey,
Nah."
everybody like bringing it back in. My boys, I was telling you earlier, Schoolcraft and Vincent and all that. Say you put a
Mhm.
spanking on them back in the day, huh?
Oh man, I I used to hoop over there, man. I was kind of physical, man, so I couldn't go up. I couldn't keep going because I played like I was playing football
Yeah.
on the
Yeah,
court.
and you know how y'all do. You get the brothers of football players, all y'all good for sending picks, man. Y'all gonna try
Yeah,
to
that's
kill
it.
somebody, man.
That's it, man. So I couldn't hang around too long.
Man, that was all good. Then you end up coming out of and then what you move on? Did you end up going to college from there?
I went to Wayne County Community College.
Wayne County. I know Wayne County, yeah.
Yep, I got my EMT certification, and I went to school to be actually federal law enforcement. I
Okay.
saw I saw myself doing FBI, U.S. Marshal.
Yo, I get it. Yeah,
Um,
you trying to do the LL Cool J thing.
then I was, man. Do that Shamar Moore joint.
Right, yeah, tomorrow morning. Yeah, yeah.
I
Look at them up,
was.
man. Let's go get
Yeah,
them.
they both did it. I was on that. I was on that real heavy, and
Yeah.
that's what led me to start my own security firm. So instead of pursuing that full time, I invested in myself and started my
Okay.
own firm, and it worked out well for me.
Oh, man, that's all. It come back, man. Did you have any brothers and sisters or mom and dad or whoever was athletes in the house that you kind of gravitated towards football in high school because you played football and basketball? Were you better at either one of the sports, or you were kind of like in the middle of the road?
Um, well, I have 7 siblings.
Oh wow. Okay.
I was the only football player.
Now,
They
what, now
all
where
played.
you fall? In the middle, bottom, top?
Yeah, I'm right in the middle, smack dab in the
Okay.
middle.
Yes, you didn't get
Yeah,
stepped on like the step that I was the oldest, so we stepped on the young way. Yeah.
yeah. So they ran track. They ran track and played basketball. I had to stop
Okay.
basketball early because my asthma wasn't having it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I can get you. Yes, sir.
So football, it gave me some breaks. And
Right. And I'm so glad y'all listen to this. Man, I talk about it all the time, Ryan. I tell guys, I said, man, I know I love football. Don't get me wrong. I played football, ran track, all that, but gravitated to basketball. I said, but when you talk about basketball, it's like soccer. You don't stop running.
yep,
You don't know when a turnover is going to happen, and you can't stop either till there's a foul or a whistle blow. But at least in football, every time someone's tackled or fumble, you get 42, 44, about 40 seconds to
yeah,
rest again before you start.
yep, yep. So I needed that. Back then, my asthma was off the hook. So I needed those breaks.
Yeah. So how did you
Um,
end up overcoming that? Did you end up working through it? Because I know my son, he had the asthma situation, and what I ended up, because I had a little bit of a Ryan coming up, but I ended up getting bigger, stronger, running basketball. I ran
mhm.
a lot, and then I was told by the doctors, once you work out, once you start putting your body together through certain things and getting much stronger, you'll work through that. Now I did. I'm playing a lot of golf outside. Obviously, it's not bothering me. How did you work through that?
I just kept going. I was running. I started boxing training. Um, and I started taking CMOS. So I went from having asthma attacks every other day to none.
Oh wow. I heard
Yeah,
about
to
that
none.
small. Yeah, yeah, I heard about that
CMOS.
joint.
Yeah. So I give that a big, is props. So along with working out, running, boxing, still playing football and CMOS, I've been pretty good.
Oh man, that's dope. That's dope. Now, were you back in the gym? Were you like supporting the girls basketball team? Were you out, maybe looking at AU? Man, how did you, a football guy playing some basketball, how did you end up falling in love? It's kind of like that brown sugar, like the movie, how you fall in love with hip hop. How'd you fall
Right.
in love with women's basketball?
Well, I noticed women's basketball, I was maybe 12, 13.
Okay.
I used to gather like bottles, take them to the store to get my candy, or return the bottles
So,
in,
yeah, yeah,
get the
people,
money,
for
get my
those that don't, that's definitely a Midwest thing. We take the bottles in the cup,
yeah,
25 cents a bottle,
yeah,
25 cents a bottle. You get all the pop bottles together, go to the store, man. You got a nice little, hey,
yeah.
that's a come up.
You get your candy. Yep, get your candy. So I was on that mission. So I happened to go. It was Mario's liquor store. So I'm in there buying my candy, and he was watching the UConn game. So I happened to see Diana Taurasi hit a half
Oh,
court shot
let's
to
go.
to win the game. I'm like, yo, 'cause that was my first experience with women's basketball.
Wow.
I say, yo, I'm like, women doing that? So ever since then, I've been kind of like paying attention. And then years down the line, I became a Detroit Shock fan. And I have nieces that's what 6'3" in high school. And so I went to my niece Marquila's game,
Okay.
and that was the best game I ever been to live.
Oh, wow.
It
Yeah,
was
that's, I love that.
it was back and forth. It was Mount Clemens versus Harper Woods. It was
Okay.
back and forth, bang bang. So ever since then, I'm like, listen, nah,
And so then you locked in.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, I love that, man. My man, Kevin Springer, what's up, baby? That's my guy, man. Does our show on Tuesday night, checking in, say, what's going on with you, Coach Tony? What's up, Coach Reed and Pure Lighthouse is checking in, say, thank you guys very much for checking in on the show. If you have any questions, comment from my guy, Ryan Reed, make sure you put them in the post tag so Val can put them up for us. Ryan, again, when you're looking at this, so you fall in love with women basketball, you're watching you. And matter of fact, on that team, if I'm correct, that was Maya Moore. No, that was Rebecca Lobo playing with Dana Taurasi at that time. That was a young Gino Auriemma, and
Yeah.
UConn was just coming in their own. And that was at the time women basketball, in my opinion, was really. I know they like it now. I ain't got nothing right, but you go back to the old days. That was when UConn and Tennessee had that
Oh,
thing.
yep,
Pat Summitt and
yep.
they used to get it, man. And all that. So,
Yep.
in basketball was coming to another level for women's sports. So you end up liking that. Did you start doing any camps or reaching out to anybody and start telling people that you really like the sport and start gravitating? How did you end up wrapping your arms around it?
Well, that happened years down the line.
Okay.
Because I've been working on a WBL since 2019.
Okay.
So that's when I decided to say, you know what? Oh, well, this is how it happened. I bought a football team. So I'm looking at us giving men a lot of opportunities to get to the NFL and CFL.
Okay.
So I'm looking at my nieces. I said, you know what? It's a problem. It's only 12 WNBA teams at the time. I told myself I'm going to get a court. I'm going to buy a camera. I'm going to record these girls playing basketball. And I'm going to, give them opportunity to get overseas or to the WNBA.
Okay.
It actually just kind of grew from that thought. I didn't see it growing like this. I just wanted to get a women opportunity to play.
Oh man, that's awesome. You were basically that early baller TV, early huddle, because you was just like, hey man, I don't care about
Yeah,
anybody. I'm just trying to get for my kid. I'm just trying to get my nieces out there.
yeah, trying to get them out there, and in the process, a lot of other girls would get seen because
Yes,
my coach used to always tell me in the football field, they might be here to see this person, but if you ball out, they can't help but see you. So I
and
use that
everything
mentality.
else you do. Exactly.
Yeah.
The funny part about that, what you just said is spot on. I just sent one of my kids, Ryan, a few weeks ago down to Miami, Florida area to try out for an overseas FIBA basketball pro team.
Okay.
And the kid goes down there, man, and he wasn't even a focal point. Every matter of fact, he was the youngest kid in the camp. And he went down, he called me before. He said, Coach, man, what am I could expect? I said, you can expect not getting the ball. You can expect them not beating at you. And you can
Yep.
expect them don't give a damn about what you do because you're the young one in the camp. These dudes trying to go. I said, well, if you run the floor, if you box out, if you rebound, block shots, and jump on the floor, get loose ball, make everything defensively you do. And then on the offensive side of the house, if you get the ball, good shot, put it up. Comes back and tell me, Ryan, after the showcase is over, man, it just so happened in the house that day was an NBA scout with the Orlando Magic. Loved him.
Mm-hmm.
So
See?
now he's got an invitation to go back down when school gets out in May to train with this guy for a week, and the guy thinks he can make it in the G League. So, like you said, you never know,
Never
one,
know.
who's watching, and two, you never know who they are. So every time you step on a football field, baseball field, basketball, you got to give it 100%
Every time.
every single time. Listen, we are in an in-depth interview with my main man, Ryan Reed, president of the WBL, that's the Women's Basketball League. We just now getting to the end of the first quarter, Val. Pay some bills. We'll be right back with your main man, Coach Tony, and this is the Pull Up Podcast Show.
Are you a small business owner looking to grow? Introducing the Key Spot mobile app. I'm Cynthia McAllister, owner of the IT company Quality SAP. Since 2016, we have been supporting small businesses and help them promote and share their businesses, services, and events across the country. Key Spot is more than just an app. We are a network providing community. Key Spot, connecting communities and supporting small businesses.
Man, welcome back to the Pull Up Podcast Show. This is your main man, the one and only Coach Tony, and tonight's my guest is Mr. Ryan Reed, president of the Women's Basketball League. So now, let's go back, kind of give the people, Ryan, a little history, because my guest has been on my show, my girl, I didn't know they were dear to you, man, and I hope they watch it. And big shout out to Rusha Brown, big shout out to Sylvia Crawley-Spahn, big shout out. Coretta Brown, all of them was on the show, man, and to find out they tied in with you, man, that just makes me happy. That also lets you know, man, who I'll be dealing with, baby.
Yeah, for sure. You locked in.
I'm locked in, man, but revitalizing the league. So 1978, the league kicks off, kind of goes through its ups and downs and all that, and then all of a sudden on the outside of everything, the WNBA is born. So let's go back into the WBL for a moment and kind of give the fans the history of the league itself.
As far as the original WBL?
Yeah, all the way up to, as you took over and jumped in.
Okay, well, yeah, like you said, it started in 1978, ended in 81. And while I was, building my new brand, I wanted to learn all the history of women's pro basketball. So that's how I came across the WBL, the original. So I said this league deserved, a second chance. Because like you said earlier, it should have been the WNBA. So I actually, Sylvia put me in contact with those original players.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah, and they embraced me. They had me at events with them. I run things past them. So the love has been there from them. And
Man,
so it kind of, yeah. So it's springboarded into, the new WBL. I want my league to be about new opportunities while embracing, the past, because you can't forget about those women who paved the way.
Correct.
Because
I think Sylvia was on the Shock, and they was with the original Shock, which is still part of the league. Tell everybody, the teams and the names of each of the 7 teams that's inside the league right now.
Okay, we're a 6-team league. We
right?
have Detroit Shock, Cleveland Rockers, Grand Rapids Soul, Toronto North Stars, Indiana Thunder, and Chicago Flames.
Okay, so you basically taking care of the Great Lakes for sure.
For sure.
That's good. And it's a good market right there when you look at it. So what are your thoughts, and you guys are running currently outside of the WNBA, like once the season is over, you're running at the same time in the summer, or you're running on the off season like what Unrivaled and Athletes Unlimited did?
We'll be about the same time as the WNBA.
Oh, so you're at the same time. Okay.
Just because of how the overseas schedule is with the women, and in case players get cut, they need somewhere to play to get ready for the overseas season. So it's
Oh, so
kind
you
of,
kind of like, if you really look at it, that's a nice twist. So it's kind of like what you're doing, Ryan, is pretty much, in a sense, almost turning the WBL like the G League for the NBA, runs
yeah.
concurrent so that you could run a league that's live same time as the WNBA. If I got to send a player down, I can send them down to rehab or go with a team for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month to come back up. Is that the thought process of the league itself?
It was at first. It
Okay.
was. I said maybe it could be a G League type of situation. Um, but now we just doing our own thing as of now. Now if they call and want to put something like that together, I'm all for it. But
Okay.
right now, it's just the best situation to run in the summertime with them.
Okay. Gotcha.
Just for the landscape.
Yeah, just for the landscape. So, and you're going to set everything up. So, what's going to be the big difference between someone who joins the WBL and, obviously, we're not even going to talk about the WNBA because we know that's the flagship. So,
hmm
but someone that wants to come in with the WBL as opposed to where they played with maybe, like say, Unrivaled or even Athletes Unlimited.
Um, yeah, we're going after the top talent, because
Okay.
it's so many great players that just don't have the opportunity.
Right.
So we think we're going to get a lot of our top talent from top D1 colleges.
Okay.
Our tryouts, we might find Diamond in the Rush at our tryouts.
Sure. Everyone does.
Um, so it might not be a big difference between Athletes Unlimited, but Unrivaled trying to take over. So they might end
Oh,
up
yeah, yeah.
being a flagship.
Yeah, they,
So
to me, hey, Ryan, between me and you, I look at Unrivaled to the WNBA like I look at Live to the PGA golf, right?
exactly, that's what it is.
Exactly.
That's what it
Like, hey,
is.
and my main man, Ty, checking in tonight from Clarksville, Tennessee. What's up, baby? Glad you checking on, Ty. If you got any questions from my main man, Ryan, make sure you put it in the tagline for us. And the other thing is, like you just mentioned, I really like that because for those that don't know and understand, when a league starts up, everyone doesn't last the whole year. Everyone may or may not. No, I know the contracts are there. You got people that are sitting on the bench. So what you're basically saying, Ryan, is that if we've got a young lady that's struggling to stick in the WNBA, maybe she's got a thought process of going overseas, but
Mhm.
because the league is running concurrently with the WNBA, instead of her having to do that, she could come down to one of the 6 teams that's in the WBL and possibly have an opportunity to run with them for a while.
For sure. And what we're doing is we're going to have a 10-man roster, but we're going to
Okay.
have two open seats just in case a player might
Okay.
get cut and need to come down mid-season. Um, Stuff like that. So I do want to. We all about helping the women, and so I think those two empty seats goes a long way in building a relationship.
Man, did you ever think that a football guy would fall in love with basketball like this, man?
Not at all. Not not at all. See,
Ain't that amazing?
I knew I liked the game, but I never thought I'd fall in love with women's basketball like this.
Yes. Yeah. And
That's
looking at it's only 6 teams. And I was listening to a show you were on a while back, and you talked a little bit about there's going to be a draft, correct?
right.
And how realistic is that draft going to be as close to the similar draft that we see at a WNBA or something like that, or is it going to be?
Um, Year two is going to be like that. Well, it could still be
Oh,
year one, but right now I want to do a nice live online draft.
okay.
No, it's going to be streamed and everything. We're going to be in
So
the
now,
studio.
will the teams come with a nucleus and then draft, or are you looking to say basically there's going to be a full 60-player draft for all teams? You have all 6 teams, 10 young ladies that's going to be drafted. So that night online be 60 slots filled, or will there be a few slots already taken and then the teams will draft the remaining players they're looking for.
It's gonna be a few slots already taken.
Okay.
And then we're gonna have maybe a four round draft.
Okay. Is this going to be over a 1-2 day period, or just a few hours? In other words, the draft going to be one night, or going to be 2 nights?
It's gonna be a 1-day event.
Okay, 1-day event. Are you going to do it early morning, or is it going to be like in the evening time? Because I just want to make sure, and we want to set you up, man. I want to make sure that these guys jump in and they can see it. People like my man checking in right there, Mark Lee. Mark, a big time guy, man. He down in that North Carolina, Charlotte area, man. He's big on the podcast. He talks a little bit about it. He says, any teams in the WNBL or in the Carolina, Virginia area in the future, do you plan on expanding out to the rest of the country down the road?
Yeah, we actually been looking at Durham, Raleigh.
Okay.
Down in North Carolina area.
Tobacco Road area.
Yeah, we've been looking down there. We got interest from Arizona, Texas,
Hey, you better
Miami.
get down here. You better make me over to Nashville squad, baby, because Nashville is city, man. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, listen, I love Tennessee. That's my second home. So I love Tennessee. I should be getting calls about Memphis and Nashville.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, Memphis and Nashville put it on. We right now we're on the edge of the WNBA. And if it wasn't for your boy Eminem and Grant Hill and Chris Webb, C-Webb, sneaking in there and putting the dollars for that new Detroit WNBA team, I think Nashville would have got it, man. But God put things in our way for a reason. I think we're still gonna be there.
Oh, for sure. It's growing too big.
Oh yeah, definitely coming up, man. And when you look at the league within itself for the women, because you're gonna have this. So let's make sure we got these young ladies clear. We're running concurrent to the WNBA, so they'll obviously already have their league. When is the start up of the league? What month?
July. Well,
So
that's for this year. This year is our inaugural tournament. So this year is going to be our 6-week tournament to show everybody what we have.
Okay.
As soon as that tournament is over, our calendar for the league year starts all over again.
Wait a minute. Oh, so this is dope. So you kind of let me make sure I got this right. So you're almost taking the NBA in-season tournament that they run at Christmas time, but you're putting it at the beginning of your season. So
but it won't be back to back like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we just want to show everybody, what we have is going to be the MVP. They get the championship, winners to get their rings, all that stuff like that.
Okay.
So not a whole world see. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. And then by year 2, we're going to do our 30-game schedule.
Oh, I got you. So this year is kind of like, okay, we're gonna show you how we make the pie, but we ain't gonna give you the whole pie.
Yep.
Like, in the words of my boy Eddie Murphy and Marlon, you can't have my cornbread.
You can't have it. So I think we came together and we think this is the best way to do it. Show everybody what we have, because everybody is looking forward to us launching.
Oh man, I like that. When you look at it like that, it's good too, because the women are coming into the season this year already with a thought process of how they can do it. And they know they're short. So basically this year will basically be a shortened season. What, about 3 weeks to a month?
We're looking at 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, that's not bad. Still 2 months.
Yeah.
To get the tournament, still that, and then you go into a 30-game event next year for 30 games. Oh yeah, that's a nice little situation right there.
Yep. So they're going to get their all the girls they can make money. They're going to all get NIL deals through the WBL. Just go put them out there.
Oh man, it's getting in there for the coaches of the teams. Have you already started putting out for the coaches of the teams and getting those guys together?
Yep, we're getting them together right now. We have a few coming to try out. See, what we're doing was we've been getting coaches from France national team, this national team, Mexico, US. They all want to coach. So what we're doing is we're going to invite our top candidates to the tryouts.
Okay.
They're all going to coach a team at tryouts. So in a way, it's like the coach is trying out too.
It's like a live interview.
Yep. Yep.
Dope. And like if you say you can do this, put you on the spot. And speaking of putting us
Yep.
on the spot, we're gonna be right back in a moment. We're gonna take a halftime break here on the Pull Up Podcast Show with the one and only Coach Tony. And this is my guy right here, Mr. Ryan Reed, president of the Women's Basketball League. Val, take us to halftime. We'll be right back on the other side with the third quarter on the Pull Up Podcast Show.
We're kicking off a whole brand new season. I know you guys have missed us, but we are back. And of course, it's always exciting and wonderful to have a very talented individual who has started a wonderful tech company. And then, of course, he is the host of Tech Thursdays on the platform called The House of Creativity. And he has just finished his book, Where? Jay Mullane Wise. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Val the Voice Johnson. I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
One thing I forgot to mention is that also about, I want to say October, November of last year, Wise stepped into the podcasting game, initially starting on Instagram and then started his platform, Wise Going Live. I was recently on the platform, but I think I've been there 4 times. It has been extremely gratifying to see how far you've come as a host, a podcaster, and also a moderator, sir. So I just wanted to say kudos.
Thank you. Thank you very much. When you're around great talent like yourself, Val the Voice, it only does inspires you to go forth. And we have amazing community of people that inspire us to actually, keep accountable. You keep me accountable. I keep you accountable. We all keep each other accountable, and we try to do the great thing to move forward.
What is going on? I got to do the opening. I didn't do that. Just like from that movie, I'm going to Get You Sucker. Everybody needs a theme song.
And you got that right.
Everybody needs a theme song. Let's not get it twisted.
Man, as we come out the locker room, here we go. Man, it sounds like they have a lot of fun right there, man. This is your boy, the one and only Coach Tony. This is the Pull Up Podcast Show with my guy, the president of the Women's Basketball League, Mr. Ryan Reed. I got a couple questions on the floor for you, Mark. And Ty asked some good questions. Ty was talking about being in Chicago, the Midwest and all that. What about Jersey? So I want you to answer that. And again, I know that's going to be down the line as we grow the league. But Mark had an interesting question. He says, when we're looking at talent, because we know the league will be going, and we always seem to somehow or another, Ryan, forget about our HBCUs. And these young women can play. My frat brother, Travis Williams, I got to give it up, Phi Nu Pi, he has done a hell of a job with the HBCU All-Star game, right? So if you follow that, he's been able to put it with the NCAA. And this year was the first year that he did the women's HBCU All-Star game that was a hit. So the question that Mark says is that when you're looking to fill these slots with some of these women that are going to go to the league, how important maybe is, because I think some of these women that's in the HBCU, your Southern, your Gremlins, right? You're in the MEAC, and stuff like that, they'll be able to fill these slots. Are you getting phone calls from people of that nature, of that talent trying to fill these spots?
We haven't received any that I know of, but we are planning to have a HBCU only tournament. But we'll tryout.
Oh wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, I haven't forgot about them. Yeah.
Hey,
So we want to
we're
do.
gonna do this a couple times throughout the show tonight. Right now, so Val can put it in the tagline. If the people want to get to the website or reach out to you, man, what's the website that they can go to real quick, right?
They can go to www.wblofficial.com. Oh, I got it
Yeah.
backwards. www.officialwbl.com.
Okay, once again, Val, put that in there. www.officialwbl.com. Not unofficial, we
No, we
official.
official. We
Hey, man,
official.
you better get it right. Get it right,
Yeah.
get it tight. That's what we
You
doing, man, you know.
when you
And
yep.
let's talk a little bit about the league, the culture, and the branding. Right now, on the branding side of the house, I know you guys have talked to BSN on the uniform side and doing some things, and you've spoken to Spalding. How have those two brands come about to at least give you a solid base to get started?
I always like Spartan basketballs. They're basketballs. So I reached out and they were happy to work with us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they sent us. We got a bunch of balls from BSC and the Spartan. We have about 100 or something balls. Um, they gave us ball racks, things like that.
Have they branded the
Um,
balls as well? So you haven't branded the balls, or so Spalding will be the official ball with a brand on it as well, with the WBL brand on it?
yeah, they're gonna be the official balls. Yep, I
Oh, that's nice.
think the ball that's in the photo you sent me earlier had that was our brand on there.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nice. I
Yep,
like that whole
yep.
thing.
And BSN sent us a bunch of Spartan basketballs with each team's logo for their practice balls.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
You
good.
know,
So, and so now looking at the partnership, if someone wanted to reach out and be a partner, are you speaking to certain, how's the partnership going right now with any major brands, to speak about?
we got interest, mortgage companies and things like that, car dealerships. We're getting
Okay.
interest. So if you do want to become a partner, you can reach out at partnerships at womensbbl.com.
Gotcha. Yeah, Val, make sure you put that in partnerships at womensbbl.com. Put
Yep.
that in there for those brands that want to reach out, whether you're a gym shoe company, whether you're a jogging suit, whether you're a hat company, glasses, whatever it is, reach out so you can talk to
Reach
Ryan
out.
and his staff about becoming a partner with that and all that. And then looking at the fan engagement. Again, what kind of fan engagements are you planning to have, Ryan, at the games? Like, are we gonna have like the dopest one? I'm gonna give you one, man. Did you see the NCAA tournament game, Texas Tech, when your boy Patrick Mahomes there, and the cat hit the putt from end to end, and so you putt with a golf ball, and if you hit the putt from one end of the floor, 94 feet, right, all the way, if it
Mm-hmm.
goes in, the cat won $25,000, and Patrick Mahomes there, the dude was in the stands. He bet him you couldn't do it. If he did, he'll double his money. So the kid made the putt from 94 feet across the floor. Not only did he collect the 25, Mahomes gave him another 25, man.
Sheesh.
That's just something I want to throw at you. And, it'd be good, as you mentioned earlier, about the car dealerships and State Farm and Prudential or Aflac or whatever, to talk to them about being a sponsor of a putt or something, because you'll get people wanting to do that. Because you don't even have to be a
Exactly.
golfer to put the ball,
To put
and
it
the
in.
chances of getting somebody to make it in, it's probably like winning the lottery.
Yeah. No, we're gonna do all that. One of my favorite ones is I had season tickets to the NBA G League, the
Okay.
Motor City Cruise.
Okay.
And they had the kids, it was like a relay race. You had the kids lining up. You get to one line, you putting the player jersey on, like grown man jersey. These
Yeah, I've
kids.
seen that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I want to do stuff like that. We're gonna do 50-50 raffles. Like you said, we partner with car dealerships, want to give away a car, hopefully. Give away some cash. Everybody needs cash.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff that we want to do for the fans.
Man, that's awesome. And then looking at the facilities right now, I've been down in the past, and I've even seen the WNBA struggle where they weren't using the professional facilities to play their game in. Some of these girls sometimes was using training facilities. Someone was using high schools or whatever. Who's stepped up to the plate right now to partner with you guys in each of those 6 markets to say, hey, this is going to be the home gym?
Well, for the tournament, it's going to be 2 hub cities. We're going to be in Detroit, and Toronto.
Okay, gotcha.
So we're going to be going back and forth for the tournament. But for the future, I talked to Loyola for Chicago.
Okay.
I spoke with Cleveland State for Cleveland. Wayne State Fieldhouse for Detroit.
Okay.
Grand Rapids Community College has a nice arena. Who am I missing? Toronto. It's going to be Humber College.
Okay. Yes.
Out there, real nice arena out there, Humber College. So we've been getting some nice arenas, but they're not NBA size arenas. There's something that's some of them hold maybe 4,800, some might hold 2,500. So they're nice size venues.
Yeah, I got you. And Val said she wants you to tell the fans that 2 things here. Again, the website to check these guys out is at www.officialwbl.com. That's the official website to go on and check them out. And then give her also, Ryan, the partnership email website again.
Partnerships at womensbbl.com.
Partnerships at womensbbl.com. So if you're interested in that, hit him up with those 2. The other thing is, when you're looking at the staff and the training and all that, when we break it down, we talked about a little bit earlier about the WNBA. I'm excited, man, because from the pandemic, once the Brittany Griner situation happened, you remember when she got caught up in Russia with that crazy crap? I knew then that Europe was going to hurt with women's basketball. Men, totally different. But women's basketball, I knew they were going to hurt. And I have thought that the United States has done a hell of a job. And thank you to Breonna Stewart and Naficia Collier for launching Unrivaled. Thank you for getting the AU where it needs to be at. And then with the rebranding of the WBL, man, if you look at it, our women now have 2 leagues outside of the league, right, without having to go overseas. And they're paying good money. And the NBA boys are putting money up in their joint, so that's dope. And now you've got the WBL running concurrently, kind of like a baby Chile to the NBA. Have you guys heard from any of the players, whether it be WNBA or NBA guys, said, hey Ryan, we like what you do, man. Let me see what you got going on. That we would love to invest.
I haven't got that from any WNBA players, but I've got that for outside people, from different all through the business. Well, I have got that from a couple. I can't really mention them, but they're in they're in one of the 4 major sports.
Okay, gotcha.
Who I've got interest from. So yeah, people noticing me, and that's thanks to people like Sylvia, Rusha, Cheryl Ford, Fabian Blizzard over in Canada. That's really thanks to them, because
that's awesome. And then the format that you guys set up, because right now the men's basketball is the only basketball worldwide that's still played in halves. I mean, from middle school to high school to college to the pros, everyone does 4 quarters. So explain to them a little bit, because I heard that you're going to give these girls extra foul. So that means my first foul, I'm going to foul the hell out of it. Now, for real, I'm going to let you know the WBL is here. I'm going to foul the hell out of you come down that lane. So you giving them 6 fouls versus 5. So talk a little bit about that and why you chose to go 4 quarters as opposed to going to the 2 halves.
2 halves to me seem kind of amateur in a way.
And I
want everything to feel professional. So that was my only reason for going 4 quarters.
Okay.
And the extra foul is, like I said, I'm a football guy. So I like physicality.
Okay.
You know, you're taking the physicality away by putting them in foul trouble too early. And the women's game is played below the rim, so
Yes.
they're going to get fouls a little quicker. So I don't want to put them in foul trouble early.
Hey,
So
man, you a man of my heart because you have never lied. Because I'm telling you, I coach my girls in high school, and I tell them all the time, Ryan, listen, they had 5 fouls before you on this free throw line. So why the hell are we shooting jumpers?
yeah,
Man, go to the rack. Make the
yep,
referee do one or two things. Make the referee either swallow the whistle or blow it.
or blow. Yep, exactly,
That's it. You know,
exactly.
and I love that. I love the physicality. I love what you're doing. We're going to come back and come down to the fourth quarter and get in these final conversations with my main man, Ryan Reed, with the WBL League. And this is Coach Tony on the Pull Up Podcast Show. Val, pay my last bills of the night. Get these people out of my pocket. We'll be right back. Hey, it's your main man, right back at you, coming live here from the Rise Studios, and it's your guy talking about what? Pull Up Podcast Show. What is the Pull Up Podcast Show? It's a brand new podcast hitting your airways nationwide, talking everything on sports, from baseball, basketball, hockey, and then I tell you, we're gonna have a lot of fun. So make sure if you want your questions answered, you want to have fun talking a lot of sports, make sure you pull up on me. Because it's the Pull Up Podcast Show.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up.
Also, for those that want to learn a little bit more about this right here, oh yeah, that right there, that's the Rise, NIL, talking name, image, and likeness. Those having opportunities, getting paid, you want to tune in to it.
Sports show, let's go. It's the Pull Up Podcast show. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Let's go.
Man, welcome back to the fourth quarter here of the Pull Up Podcast Show, where we give you quarter by quarter sports information. My girl checking in. What's going on, Tish Stewart? What's happening with you? Thank you for checking in on the show while I'm sitting down and having a great conversation with my guy, Ryan Reed, about the WBL. You know, Ryan, we're looking at stuff we just talked about a moment ago. Mark had a question on the table as well, said, as the league gets started, what kind of networks are we going to look at to watch the games? And I know you and I have got a meeting coming up this week, and I'm going to put another one on the table for you that I think we're going to be able to help out with. But he just wants to know, kind of like, what do you have in mind in terms of where the people can go watch the show from?
We've been in talks with Whoopi Goldberg's network, All Women Sports Network. We've been talking to them. Vire Network has a deal for us. I also have the WBL network. So you're going to see us on YouTube, Facebook, things like that. So those are, for the tournament, those are 3 possible networks, and they should be narrowed down within the next 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, good. And then the brand itself, you know, the logo. Who put the logo together? Are you still doing some merch branding right now? Because, you know, I'm swinging them sticks, man. So I'm going to need a hat, you know, something.
I got you.
Box, you know.
I got you. I had the most generic logo before I met Sylvia. You know, when I say she the backbone, she the backbone. You know, her company, her company, Lou, put it together for me. They did the whole branding, changed the whole logo. The first logo was orange. It just said WBL in black letters with a girl dribbling. So Sylvia came through and she she did her thing, her company.
Right. That's good. That's kind of like in reverse of the WNBL, NBA, where you got the same orange and white logo with the girl dribbling. You kind of wanted to change it up. So I like that, and I like what Sylvia did too, because it becomes very simplistic. You know, when I had the Rise pulled together, I couldn't understand the separation of the Rise and the Running Man until my marketing guy says, you know, when people start seeing the logo enough, and they remove the rods and just see the running man, they'll
Mhm.
know that's you. And he kind of gave it to me, Ryan. Think about it. He gave me 3 logos, and I'm going to give them to you real quick, and you tell me. When Amazon first came out, you saw the word Amazon. But
Yep.
no one ever noticed the arrow underneath. Do you know
Yep.
where
The
the arrow
arrow.
underneath Amazon? Do you know where it goes to?
Where does it go? The A?
Yep, starts at the A. And where does the arrow stop at?
I'm not for sure.
The Z, right? Because
Okay.
we
Yeah.
want we want to be better than UPS and FedEx, so we deliver everything from A to Z. Now
Okay. Oh,
you
okay.
you don't even see the word Amazon. You just see the
You
the,
see
the
the
arrow,
arrow.
right? Go to Nike. Nike used to have the name Nike with the swoosh. Now you don't see Nike, you just see the swoosh. And Adidas did the same thing with the 3 stacks, and now you just see the 3
Mm-hmm.
stacks. So
Yep.
branding side of it is going to be crucial in getting
Mm-hmm.
those out. When you're looking at getting these people in to that, that first game here in Detroit, and then up in Toronto, and trying to put things down on the table so the fans can purchase. Will they
Uh-huh.
be in position to buy merch earlier? Like when you launch everything, will you have a part of the site so the fans can go in if they want a hat or a T-shirt or something?
Oh, for sure. We're working on putting merch out now. You actually can go to the website now and buy some merch.
Okay.
But I'm working with suppliers. We're gonna have jerseys ready. We actually have a
Gotta get them throwbacks, right? You gotta get them throwbacks.
listen, got the
I,
throwbacks.
hey, Sylvia, I know you watching. I want me a Sylvia or a Rouge. I want a throwback, man.
We got a Cheryl Ford and
Ooh,
Sylvia Brown autographed throwback,
ooh.
limited edition in the works.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that. That's gonna be dope. I
Yeah.
love that. I did put it up in my board, man. Just I just ordered me one of them LeBron James Martell Barbie dolls, man, because I know it's gonna be worth
Ah,
some crazy.
yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
I know
Yep. It's
I
gonna go
stand there.
crazy.
Yeah, and I expect doing big things, man. I know me and you gonna be tired doing some big things, man. But give the fans, man, that this is the rebranding of basketball, and you couldn't have come back at a better time. A football guy that loves basketball, and you got a staff of the best women surrounding you, helping you getting out there, and you in a time where women's basketball is all the way up, like DJ,
Uh-huh.
Calvin and Fat Joe and Remy Ma say, go all the way up. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm
All
saying?
the way up.
So what's that 1-3-5 year projection for the league, man?
Oh my goodness. The first year we go just big dog our way through. You gonna know we here.
Okay.
That's
And
year one.
that like Big Dog that played with the Pistons?
Yeah, hey, we go we go big the year one. You might hear some rumblings about us, but we bust them through the door.
I
So
like that.
in the next 5 years, I see us being that second league, if not the first league, never know, to the WNBA. I
I
see
like
us,
that.
yeah, I see us, we keeping our head down, we working, our hearts in the right place. We want to give women opportunity to play this ball, the game they love, and not have to go across the world to do it.
Man, I love that.
So
And what kind of salaries, like with the young girls? I mean, I don't know if you can speak to that or not, but I know you mentioned earlier, they're going to have some pretty decent salaries that the young women can expect.
for sure, and I can't speak to the exact number,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
like I said, we're going to give them some decent money they can,
To do something with.
sustain, do stuff.
Yeah,
They're all going to get NIL deals. So
yeah, yeah.
anything we sell with your name on it, you're gonna make money off of it.
That's why I can't wait to this meeting on Wednesday, because you're going to really love what I got for you. But, the crazy part about everything, man, which is so cool, is I see this because we only got, 15 WNBA teams, right? And,
Yep.
and they're growing, trying to grow the league. And you're already at 6 on the WBL. And again, 2 more cities, I think, throw in, just my personal opinion, throw in New York, throw in Cali, where you got New
Yeah.
York and Los Angeles, because you already got Chicago. And now you got the 3 biggest markets in the United States,
Hmm.
plus what you got. And then down the road, maybe a Miami. But you throw in New York, you throw in Chicago, LA, that brings the league to 8. Now you got a West Coast trip, an East Coast trip, and you now half of the WNBA, and now Sylvia and Rusha and these guys get out there and speak to the league that what we want to do is make sure that within the league right now in 16, we got 12 slots, 2 extra slots on each of each team. So that gives you 12 slots for someone that's injured or someone that's rehabbing. We move it out to 8 teams. Now you got you something. You may be on to something, man. I'm looking forward to it. If you could leave, it's a trick question, Ryan. When the game starts this year,
Mm-hmm.
and if you sitting courtside
Mm-hmm.
and you had to sit with a legend, I mean, a straight out legend next to you on courtside, where they talking to you about this league and everything else, what legend would be sitting next to you, man, while this league launched this year?
You know, I'm a probably sound biased, but I'm sitting in between Cheryl Ford, Sylvia, and Rusha. Like, I won't want to be sitting next to nobody talking about the league. Nobody
And,
else.
and I was thinking of the same 3, and I'm going to add one more. Cynthia Cooper. I got
Oh,
to put
yeah,
I got
yeah,
to put
yeah,
Cooper in there. I
yeah,
after 4, because, you know, Rusha and Sylvia, they funny. I love them on the show. They was off the rack,
yeah,
you know, and I got to be sitting right next to them in there
yeah.
because they not only going to educate and talk about the brand and everything else. I mean, it's amazing. I've been with Rusha, man, about 15 years when
That's
she was
cool.
down in Atlanta when we was coming through with the Infinity brand and all that. And then I
Mm-hmm.
had been chasing, Sylvia for a while, man, and to get her cornered and get on the show was awesome, man. So to know that you got them tied in, man, I love that because, you know, it's good people. And of course, I'm going to continue to put you on. And with the podcast, I'm going to put it out there. What I want to do is as the summer come up, Ryan, let me know. And I'm going to make the podcast, you know, that first 15 minutes, we can do the WBL podcast broadcast. So you guys in the game come over, send me the girls over on Monday night. We'll jump on the show at first court. We can talk to some of the players, push the
Yeah,
brand, push the thing out. We can make it happen, man.
let's do it.
Yeah, you know, if there's one message that you had to leave all the fans with, and everyone with, as to why they want to lock in with the WBL as it's coming out, what would that message be?
If you want to see, you know, a lot of hungry women play, be competitive, have fun, enjoy what they're doing, lock in with the WBL because it's nothing like having, because younger players, I'm gonna say with lower leagues, it's the most competitive, most hard-working games that there is. So if you want to see that, some good ball, some fun ball, just lock in with us. Watch us grow. We making history because we're the first black-owned women's pro league ever by a man. So let's lock in. We just make history with us.
Man, I love that. Make history with you because I'm tired of seeing my young girls going over, especially our HBCU young women. You know, don't make it into the league. Got to go overseas for pennies on the dime, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. And with everything that's going on with this current administration, I don't want to send them overseas no more anyway.
Not
So
at
as
all.
Ryan just said, lock in and check out us at www.officialwbl.com and get more information as these leagues start to come up. And I got to ask you, man, you know, because my beloved Bulls got drugged by Miami, man. You know, I wasn't going to come break out tonight, but, you know, we got them because, you know, we got to still chase some more rings. But give me, I like what Detroit doing. I think Cade is good, but I think they're young. Still, they think they're still a few pieces away from really making some noise, in my personal opinion. But who you got winning it all this year in the NBA?
Oh man, sheesh. It's kind of hard for me to go against Boston again.
Okay.
Might be, and
I
I
like
hate
that.
Boston. Can't
Yeah,
stand Boston.
I like
But
that. But I'm going to go upside your head with one because I'm coming like a tornado in the middle of the Midwest, baby. I'm coming with SGA and what they doing
I
with
hope so.
Oklahoma.
I hope so.
OKC.
I hope
I'm
so.
telling you right now, because they the one team that can match and they go 10 deep. And when
Yeah.
them boys sit down, they top 3 players the last few weeks, and they were still
Mhm.
winning about 20 and 25, that told me right there they're going to be
Yeah.
tough to stop.
I hope so, but it's
And I got that, though, Ryan. And that's funny, though. I got Boston and Oklahoma in the finals because I don't think Joker them got enough to get over Oklahoma. And as much as I love Cleveland, we got my home guy here and Darius Garland, a homeboy here from Nashville and Spada. I just don't know if they can beat Boston in 7 games yet.
and that's how I feel about OKC. Like they great, but something that I don't trust about those 2 teams. I can't put my hand on it. I don't know.
Right. Well, hey, hey, I'm gonna be right here with you during these playoffs. I'm gonna be hitting you up like, hey, dog, you see that?
Hey,
So
hit me up
we gonna be
anytime.
good.
I think my Pistons winning right now, so
Oh, that's right. Game 2 tonight. That's right. I got to
Yeah, I
jump
think-
off and check them out. They got to get in. Hey, man, Ryan, man, I appreciate your time, man. Thank you for stopping in the studios. For those, again, that want to make sure that you tag in to Ryan Reed in this brand new league, check them out at www.officialwbl.com. And also, right here with myself, Coach Tony in the Pull Up Podcast Show. If you are a young athlete, speaking of branding, speaking of a young athlete that wants to be seen, wants to tie in, make sure you continue to tie in with me at www.therizenil.com, where we work with brands who are looking for athletes, and we're looking for athletes who are looking for brands to promote. So make sure you tie in with us. And then on Tuesday nights, come back as we jump in the house again with Interludes Talk on Tuesdays. That's how we do. And for those that have not seen Val the Voice's new book yet, she's got a brand new book out. Check the QR code, How a DJ Saved Her Life. Thank you guys for pulling up. And Ryan, put the deuces up as we normally do, baby. Appreciate you checking in tonight. But
thank you.
we out. Peace.
Thank you.
It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. It's the Pull Up Podcast. Pull up, pull up. Bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show. I said bounce the voice and Coach Tony, it's the Pull Up Podcast. Show.